Hi, I'm Dave with the Home Improvement Encyclopedia, and you're listening to the Two Guys Talking Podcast Network. Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Jeff, and we do a whole lot of home improvements.
What you can expect when you call Jeff or myself out to your home is we're going to educate you on the UFactor of the window, what is required by the federal government, the Energy Star rating and the labels. We'll explain all that to you. We'll also explain to you the solar heat gain coefficient rating, which is the SHGC rating, and what you need there. And it really depends on which side of the house you get most of the sun on. Sometimes one window is not good for the entire house, and other times it is. And so when Jeff and I come out to the home, we really just kind of look around the house, ask you some questions, kind of find out what you need so we know which UFactor and which solar heat gain rating is going to be the best for you.
UFactor is the inverse of the R value. Everybody's heard of R value of insulation. The bigger the number of the R value, the more insulating. But in windows are the inverse, or the UFactor, so the smaller the number, the better. Think of it like your window's insulation, like putting on a coat. Doesn't matter if there's sunlight out there or ultraviolet rays or anything. The UFactor relates to how much warmer that coat makes you. That's how much warmer the window makes you. It doesn't matter sun, radiation, anything. It's just heat and cold.
What you get a lot of times is you call a retail company, and there's tons of them out there. They're going to come out with the song and the dance and the dog and pony show. They're going to come out with a window, which is about 22 inches wide by 36 inches tall. They're going to set that on your table. Then they're going to bring out a light bulb, and they're going to put a glass pack or an IG unit, put it in front of that light bulb. It's a $5 light bulb that they can pick up at Home Depot. They're going to make you think that that light bulb is representing the sun. And they're going to put a double pane window in front of that with two pieces of clear glass, and they're going to have you put your hand on the other side of that. And you're going to feel all kinds of heat. And you're going to go, yeah, that's crazy. And then they're going to put their window, which is also a double pane, but it's going to have one or two coats of low E on it. And you're not going to feel the heat as intense as what the clear glass was. Again, it's a dog and pony show, because what you see on your kitchen table is not the reality of how that window is going to react when it's actually in the home and you've got the sun up there, especially on a sunny side of the home where it's sunny all day long. You know, if your home happens to be one of those where the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, but it stays in the front of the home all day long, you're going to get burned up, you know.
The average person might have trees on one side of the house and it's blocking out all the sun, so they don't need the high solar heat gain coefficient window there.
So we'll normally just put a double pane in there.
Well, on the other side of the house, we can increase the solar heat gain coefficient by, depending on the types of coatings on the glass. If you put coatings on one surface of the glass, you put coatings on two surfaces of the glass. You use silver and tin to use nickel. Whichever manufacturer's got the best setup to take care of their problem. Most people say, we can't sit in this atrium room because the sun beats down on it. It just gets too hot. It runs us out of this room. But the rest of the house, we don't have this problem. So the old terminology was solar tuning, where you could go in and, okay, we're going to put this type of coating on the glass here because you really need it. And then in the rest of the house, you really don't need it. If you want it, we'll go ahead and put it in there, but it's going to have the most impact where the sun's beating down on you all day. But the triple pane's improving the UFactor. It's not really doing anything for the solar heat gain coefficient. So it's going to keep it warmer and colder, but it's not going to block out the ultraviolet radiation. That's the coating. Doesn't matter how many pieces of glass you've got. The coatings, if it's on one piece of glass or two. In a triple pane, I don't know any manufacturer that puts it on all three. So the solar heat gain coefficient on a double pane and a triple pane is going to be identical if it's the same coatings. But again, it's why do you want the triple pane? Well, it gets cold outside, so I want the the better insulation value.
A lot of our competitors will talk against triple pane, and they
you don't live in Alaska.
Yeah, you don't. That's the first thing we hear all the time. You don't live in Alaska. Why do you need that? Well, why did the IRC codes tell you that you need an R15 in your wall and an R49 in your attic? If we're not in Alaska, why do we need an R49 in the attic and an R15 in the wall? Well, isn't the window just an extension of the doggone wall?
So you only need a 2 or a 3 in the window. But in these more modern homes, you could have a wall of glass that's nothing but windows. And so, yeah, it's going to be cold. It's going to be hot in that one room because, well, we're not living in Alaska.
We go out into some of the newer homes, like on golf courses and so forth, and the whole back of the house, they've got like an atrium room. The whole back of the house has glass on it. And in one room, there's 20 windows in there, just so they can face the golf course. But they've got a $600 electric bill as well.
Yeah, it turns that room into a convection oven.
It does. And so what we end up doing is we talk to the customers and we give them a better way to do it. Well, of course, it's going to be expensive. But what's more expensive? Paying $600 on an electric bill every month, day in and day out, with the electric bill going up, never down. You know, our local utilities are always asking for more money. And so your electric bill and your gas bill for your heating is always going to go up. The only way you can get that down is you got to put good windows in there. We find out that a lot of times on these homes, we're the last resort because we get out there after the customer's already spent $600 a window to have this magic tint put on the inside of their house. And a lot of time that increases the heat inside the glass space on the window and it causes the seal to blow. Well, there's no warranty on that. If you got a lifetime warranty on a window and you go and put an aftermarket tint on there, you are altering that window. So therefore, you've altered the warranty.
Voided the warranty.
You can't get it covered. And people find this out.
Well, I got these windows, 6 years ago. We put the tint on there because the low E that they sold us didn't do the job. So we put this aftermarket tint on there, and now the tint's starting to bubble, and we notice moisture in the glass.
5-6-year-old windows. They find out that the manufacturer won't take care of it.
Because they voided the warranty.
They voided the warranty by adding a tint on the glass. Now your only resort is you've got to get good windows. It's either get good windows, pay the price for them, or keep paying your $600 electric bill, or your $500 heating gas bill. It's insane. But they're going to buy the windows anyway. They're just not going to own them. They're going to buy it through their utility bills.
Yeah, we touched on lifetime warranties a little bit here, but there's a full episode on the Home Improvement Encyclopedia, earlier episodes. Go back and have a listen. HomeImprovementEncyclopedia.com. Well, the average Windows salesman might know about UFactors. They might know about solar heat gain coefficient. I guarantee they don't know about AI, air infiltration rating. They don't know about VT, visible transmittance. They don't know about CR, condensation resistance. They don't know about OITC, outdoor-indoor transmission class. They don't know about STC, sound transmission class. You're telling me you want windows because the neighbors are too dang noisy. They're playing rock and roll music at the middle of the night, so you need a window that's going to block out that noise? You're telling me that you've got this or that going on? All these different ratings exist to fulfill needs. If you don't know that the rating exists, how can you help the customer get something better to support what they're looking for?
Well, I know the solar heat gain coefficient. I know the UFactor.
Even though we don't know a whole lot about solar, we are experts in the window industry. We know all the ins and outs. We know all the tricks from the manufacturers. We know all the upgrades that you can do. We have 44 different manufacturers that we deal with. If we can't find it for you, you can't get it. That's just put a period at the end of that sentence. You just can't get it.
Yeah, we want to make sure you know what you're getting into, because if we're not the first one out, we've got to clear up a lot of misconceptions, because you've been told some stuff, and I'm sure that a lot of these guys think they know what they're talking about. They sat in a 3-day training session, was turned out in the field with maybe right along with the senior rep for a couple days, and now they're the expert. Yeah, they're not the expert. They've learned enough to be able to throw out some terms, make you think that they know what they're talking about. But when you come across a situation that wasn't in the class book, they're lost, deer in the headlights. We'd love to come out to your home and educate you on how to take care of your problems. Let us do that for you.
Education first, money last. That's the way it goes.
Come see us again soon to see how we can help you turn your home into the home of your dreams.